The upcoming iPhone, commonly known as the iPhone 17, though its official designation may vary depending on Apple's strategic decisions regarding its operating system, has generated considerable excitement among Apple enthusiasts. As speculation swirls around potential features and design innovations, a more pressing concern has emerged this year: the potential impact of tariffs on pricing. This issue, rooted in a complex landscape of trade disputes, political maneuvering, and economic uncertainty, could lead to a significant increase in the cost of your next device. As we await further developments, it is essential to consider how these external factors may influence not only the price, but also the overall market dynamics surrounding Apple's latest offerings. In recent months, there was a glimmer of hope that a federal trade court may intervene to prevent President Trump's Liberation Day tariffs, but that optimism has since evaporated. The IT industry is once again on high alert, pondering the prospect of reciprocal tariffs and the predicted 25% Apple tariff on iPhones made outside the United States. Apple has been methodically managing this hard climate by hoarding devices and finding methods to sidestep regulatory barriers. The CEO, Tim Cook, has even declared a transfer in iPhone manufacture to India, perhaps as a preemptive attempt to offset tariff repercussions. However, this decision was immediately followed by President Trump's reiterated threat of a 25% tax explicitly targeting Apple's foreign manufacture. The important issue remains: would this 25% Apple charge be levied in addition to current and prospective retaliatory tariffs? If so, the ramifications are frightening. Consider the case of a 25% Apple charge paired with a hypothetical 145% reciprocal tariff on items imported from China, where the bulk of iPhones are still made. This might result in an incredible overall tariff rise of 170%. While it is doubtful that Apple would transfer the whole cost onto consumers, imagine a $4,000 iPhone absorbing such a huge price boost presents a major hurdle for the tech giant. As we anticipate additional developments, the combination of innovation and economic policy will surely define the future of Apple's flagship product. In this video, we will analyze the possible influence of tariffs on the price of the future iPhone 17, utilizing the current costs of the iPhone 16 as a baseline and examining several tariff scenarios. At now, there is a 10% levy on various imports, plus a 30% tariff on items coming from China. If taxes on imports from India were to climb from 10% to a maximum of 26%, assuming present pauses on duties expire, the price of an $829 iPhone 16 might increase to nearly $1,045. Conversely, if duties on Chinese imports were to climb from 30% to a predicted 145%, the same $829 iPhone could theoretically jump to roughly $2,031. Adding to these situations is the planned 25% tax explicitly targeting Apple goods, which would further inflate costs. Under this combined scenario, an iPhone 16 built in China might surpass $2,238. For instance, a high-end iPhone 16 Pro Max, 1 TB, presently priced at $1,599, could eventually approach $4,300. Note, these values are approximations. While it is doubtful that Apple would raise prices in direct connection with tariff rises, the possibility for large price hikes is clear. Even the potential of shifting manufacturing to the United States, as mentioned by President Trump, is judged unrealistic by many experts owing to much higher labor and production costs. This might result in a US-made iPhone costing roughly $3,500. It is crucial to emphasize that tariffs are not the lone factor leading to higher pricing. Apple often justifies its price hikes with breakthroughs in technology, enhanced camera capabilities, and new design components. According to the Wall Street Journal, the corporation is apparently intending to boost iPhone pricing this year, perhaps in reaction to these advancements. Wider economic factors, such as inflation and shifting interest rates, also have a considerable influence. Elevated lending rates may result in lower investment from firms like Apple, possibly disrupting supply networks. Should inflation re-emerge, Apple may be obligated to pass on greater expenses to customers. Additionally, a drop in iPhone availability owing to supply chain issues might further push prices higher. Initial conjecture claimed that the iPhone 17 Air would be priced at a premium. However, news sources indicated may line more closely with the current iPhone 16 Plus, which retails for roughly $900 before tariffs. If new iPhone prices climb dramatically, demand for older phones might surge, possibly boosting their market values as well. The silver lining for consumers: the trade-in value of your current iPhone may also experience a boost. Even if Apple succeeds to retain its price strategy for iPhone hardware, the corporation may strive to recoup money via other channels. Supply chain analyst Joe Hudica argues that Apple might boost costs for its subscription services, such as Apple Music, Apple News, and iCloud data plans, where price increases are often more acceptable to customers. In short, while Apple navigates these complicated economic and commercial forces, customers should prepare themselves for future pricing changes and altering product offers. As we await the arrival of the iPhone 17, the question on many minds is, what will it genuinely cost? The fact is that, at this point, no one can offer a definite answer. Until Apple formally introduces the smartphone and its pricing expected in September, we are forced to negotiate a terrain filled with leaks, expert guesswork, and changeable trade rules. One thing is certain: a myriad of forces are converging to place higher pressure on the price of the next iPhone. Consumers should prepare for future price shocks and actively follow changes in the tariff situation. This convergence of hardware and software guarantees that, despite the iPhone functioning at premium performance levels, battery life remains a non-issue. Apple has adeptly blended high computing capability with sophisticated energy-saving technologies. The improved OLED display not only produces amazing pictures, but also works smoothly with a unique battery technology to enhance screen-on time. OLED technology enables for perfect light management at the pixel level, meaning that darker pictures cost no power, while optimum brightness scaling reduces energy loss. This greater efficiency becomes notably obvious while viewing HDR material or spending long hours browsing in darker themes. The display's clarity and true-to-life color accuracy are further supplemented by longer use hours, highlighting Apple's dedication to both visual quality and practical utility. For the first time, Apple has merged its own communication chip with Wi-Fi 7 capabilities. This technology dramatically boosts both wireless speed and battery performance. The increased data transfer rates associated with Wi-Fi 7 permit speedier content loading, hence lowering screen-on time and background activity, which indirectly conserves battery life. In high-density locations, such as workplaces or conference settings, the iPhone 17 Pro Max maintains a solid connection, thereby decreasing the battery depletion often associated with signal hunting and interference modifications. To accommodate these modern components, Apple has made a modest increase in the iPhone's thickness. However, this modification is not only ornamental. It enables for superior heat management and a bigger battery without sacrificing user comfort. The streamlined chassis remains elegant, ensuring that the premium experience anticipated from a Pro Max device is kept. The added space isn't wasted. It contributes directly to the enhanced thermal and power management, helping the phone function cooler and last longer under heavy loads. The ceremonial premiere is scheduled in September 2025, with international rollouts soon after. Pricing will largely align with the iPhone 16 Pro Max series, yet regional pricing variations might emerge due to trade dynamics. Apple is definitely producing considerable value with its newest developments. The iPhone 17 Pro Max, boasting considerable breakthroughs in battery technology, display refinements, and an unrivaled processing architecture, promises to be a smart purchase for power users, professionals, and technology lovers alike. The battery of the iPhone 17 Pro Max is more than simply an improvement. It signals a substantial leap toward next-generation endurance and performance. With cutting-edge carbon battery technology, the A19 Pro CPU, and OLED synergy, Apple offers a flagship product that successfully tackles the long-time problem of battery anxiety. Prepare for a gadget that redefines the potential of mobile technology. Jeff Pu, an Apple analyst at GF Securities, predicts that all 4 versions of the forthcoming iPhone 17 would employ Metalin's technology for Face ID, resulting in a more smaller dynamic island throughout the range. Pu has earned a solid track record in anticipating Apple product features. His current statements reflect his forecasts from October 2024, when he anticipated that the 2025 iPhone 17 Pro Max will sport a substantially thinner dynamic island owing to advances made for Face ID. At that time, he felt this feature would be restricted to the Pro Max model. Pu currently thinks that the whole iPhone 17 series will include a slimmer dynamic island. This revision is likely to apply not just to the iPhone 17 Pro Max, but also to the ordinary iPhone 17, the ultra-slim iPhone 17 Air, and the small iPhone 17 Pro. However, not all industry professionals share Pu's opinion. In January, noted Apple analyst Ming-Chi Kuo anticipated that the size of the dynamic island in the iPhone 17 series will stay largely unchanged compared to the iPhone 16 models. While Kuo did not explain significantly on his projection, the word largely unchanged means that the iPhone 17 Pro Max and maybe subsequent models in the line may sport a somewhat smaller dynamic island. Nonetheless, this shift may not be as severe as some speculations have claimed. Apple originally launched the dynamic island with the iPhone 14 Pro and iPhone 14 Pro Max in 2022, and this revolutionary feature has continued to be accessible throughout all iPhone 15 and iPhone 16 models. The iPhone 17 series is scheduled to be announced this September, and anticipation is increasing among customers and industry analysts alike. So, which phone are you more excited about? The iPhone 17, the new iPhone 17 Air, the iPhone 17 Pro, or the iPhone 17 Pro Max? Let us know in the comments below. Then I will see you in my next video.